Is the news at 10. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu launches Lagos International Financial Centre Phase Report. Federal government supplies Ekiti State with livestock vaccines. And foreign Israeli President Isaac Herzog visits Australia after Bondi attack. And in sport, Fulham nominates Super Eagles player Samuel Chukwueze for Goal of the Month award for January. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Legacy government, in conjunction with Enterprise NGR, has launched Lagos International Financial Centre LIFC Phase 1 report, a project that captures a strategy and pathway to the implementation of initiatives that would transform Nigeria's economic growth, deepen the financial market, and foster innovation. The LIFC Phase 1 report was launched at the Lagos House Marina by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and members of the Lagos International Financial Centre Council. Speaking during the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu reaffirmed his administration's commitment to establishing the Lagos International Financial Centre and urged stakeholders across the public and private sectors to sustain collaboration towards positioning Lagos as a global financial hub. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who is the chairman of LIFC Council, described the initiative as a strategic economic reform designed to strengthen Nigeria's global competitiveness and position Lagos as a leading international financial hub. He said the Lagos International Financial Centre project, conceived about 2 years ago, was designed to attract international capital, deepen financial markets, and create sustainable economic opportunities for the country. Governor Sanwo-Olu commended Enterprise NGR for the initiative and the work done so far, the United Kingdom government and the City UK for providing technical and financial support in the formative phase, stressing that the development of a credible international financial centre requires robust institutional frameworks and strategic investment partnerships. Speaking earlier, the co-chairman of LIFC, Aigboje Imukwede, commended the Lagos State government for a job well done in fostering the need to work with the ecosystem of actors in the private sector to bring about financial and economic growth. Lagos State pilgrims to the Holy Land of Israel and Jordan have been charged to remain steadfast in their faith. Board Secretary, Lagos State Christian Welfare Board, Gbolapo Okudero, gave the charge while addressing the pilgrims in Bethlehem. Okudero congratulated the pilgrims for the opportunity to be part of the spiritual exercise and the privilege to see firsthand the biblical sites recorded in the Bible. On day 5, the pilgrims visited Shepherd's Field and Grotto, where the shepherds departed from, to locate where Jesus was born. Mount Olives, the meeting point of prayers by Jesus Christ and his disciples, Garden of Gethsemane, where he was arrested, before imprisonment and resurrection, and the Church of Nativity, which houses the manger where Jesus was born. The pilgrims will next move to Nazareth in continuation of the pilgrimage. Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, in collaboration with Ororo Waste Management and the Shell Foundation, has launched a used cooking oil collection point initiative across LASEPA zonal offices in the state. The initiative, tagged the Kiosk Project, is designed to encourage households to properly dispose of Ororo used cooking oil while supporting biofuel production and environmental sustainability. Speaking at the launch, of the General Manager of LASEPA, Babatunde Ajayi, said the program is expected to unlock a minimum of $20 million market through the structured collection of used cooking oil. He noted that the initiative will strengthen the value chain and convert waste into useful products, such as soap, while also serving as a source for power generation. He had this to say.
When you fry, after one session of frying or deep frying, you actually should discard the oil. At the worst, you shouldn't use it more than twice. And you would agree with me that when you fry once, you still have a substantial volume left. What happens when you reuse oil is that all of the hydrocarbon chains in it are broken, and it's not exactly beneficial to your health anymore. As a matter of fact, there's evidence that it can be carcinogenic or it can cause cancer. So we encourage people to turn in their used cooking oil in exchange for value.
On his part, the project lead of Oruro Waste Management, Ayo Banjo, outlined the objectives of the program, highlighting its environmental and public health benefits. Banjo explained that the initiative will transform used cooking oil from waste into economic and environmental value. He also stated that participants can exchange their used cooking oil for cash rewards, household items, or fresh cooking oil.
Increase the access to this used cooking oil ecosystem to the common man to be able to be micro entrepreneurs and for them to also have an income uplift. And an aggregation of that will impact the economy. The informal economy forms a significant part of the revenue generated within the state and within the country at large. So as we empower them, we empower the IGR of the state, of the country, and also in general the enabling environment provided by the state. As mentioned by the GM of LASEPA, Nigeria should be the third largest producer of used cooking oil.
The events concluded with the formal unveiling of the Household Used Cooking Oil Kiosk Initiative and brought together key stakeholders from relevant agencies as well as students, union leaders, and other interest groups. And now to the rest of the stories. The Ekiti State Government has received 80,500 doses of livestock vaccines from the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development for the prevention and control of transboundary animal diseases in the state. The vaccines were distributed through the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Program. The vaccines comprise 50,000 doses of contagious bovine pleuropneumonia vaccine, 30,000 doses of Newcastle disease vaccine, and 500 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccine. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Ebenezer Boluwade, while receiving the vaccines, said the intervention was part of the state government's strategic efforts to strengthen animal health systems and boost livestock productivity. The federal government has outlined plans to secure long-term funding, strengthen governance, and expand Nigeria's access to global debt markets, including Islamic finance. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, said this when he met with top executives of the First Abu Dhabi Bank. Edu said the meeting aims to strengthen financial cooperation and widen Nigeria's access to international capital. He described the move as a positive signal of growing investor confidence in Nigeria's economy. Eden said the bank's increasing involvement in energy and infrastructure projects aligns with the government's development goals. He added that President Bola Tinubu remains committed to improving healthcare through increased funding and well-structured partnerships between the public and private sectors. And in some foreign news, Israel's President Isaac Herzog has paid a visit to Australia to honor victims of a mass shooting at Sydney's Bondi Beach, the deadliest anti-Semitic attack since Hamas's assault of October 7, 2023. The head of state has said he will express solidarity and offer strength after gunmen opened fire on a Jewish Hanukkah celebration at the beach on December 14, killing 15 people. President Herzog's four-day trip has been welcomed by many Jewish Australians. Meanwhile, pro-Palestinian activists have called for protests nationwide, including in central Sydney, where police have refused to authorize demonstrations under new powers granted after the Bondi Beach attack. In sports news, Super Eagles player Samuel Chukwueze has been nominated for Fulham's Goal of the Month award for January. Chukwueze was nominated for his goal in Fulham's 2-1 win over Brighton and Hove Albion. With Marco Silva's side trailing 1-0, the Nigeria international finished superbly in the 72nd minute after controlling Joachim Anderson's superb pass. Chukwueze has registered 5 goals and 2 assists in 11 league appearances for the Cottagers. The 26-year-old joined Fulham on loan from AC Milan last summer. And that was our news at 10. Just before we go, make sure your mirrors are intact. Always use them to stay aware of happenings as you drive. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, on Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng, and can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed 4,000 flats for the staff of Lagos State University, LASU? You can always get more details on the Legacy Garbant website, and to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Legacy Garbant, in conjunction with Enterprise NGR, has launched Lagos International Financial Center, LIFC Phase 1 report, a project that captures the strategy and pathway to the implementation of initiatives that will transform Nigeria's economic growth, deepen the financial market, and foster innovation. The Ekiti State Government has received 80,500 doses of livestock vaccines from the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development for the prevention and control of transboundary animal diseases in the state. We also told you that Israel's President Isaac Herzog has paid a visit to Australia to honor victims of a mass shooting at Sydney's Bondi Beach, the deadliest anti-Semitic attack since Hamas's assault of October 7, 2023. And in sports, Super Eagles player Samuel Chukwueze has been nominated for Fulham's Goal of the Month award for January. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adeswa Ejoyoka. Thank you, Lagos, for listening. My name is Mike James. Good morning.